I'd do a little filming here along the road just to give some contrast between the forested part of Minnesota, at least central Minnesota, with mixed deciduous forest with the prairie, which later this afternoon we'll have a good shot of that. So here we go, and I'm starting out at about 8:15, hoping to get into Spring Creek recreational area on the Oahe Reservoir in South Dakota sometime around 5 to 5:30 this afternoon, depending on how strong the winds are when I cross the Dakotas. It's supposed to be a little stronger this afternoon, 15 to 20, which I'll be pushing the whole way, so that's going to affect time and speed. Nice sunny day today, so it should be a pleasant drive from that standpoint. My rear camera for the loads, which really helps with seeing behind me. Well, I'm going through the back roads here of the west side of the cities because Google took me in the wrong direction, it looks like to me. Little podunk streets, stop signs everywhere. Very frustrating. So at least it's scenic. As I said a few minutes ago, it's a little bit frustrating here because I'm on back roads, but I should have just used my head. I knew if I went around the loop and hit 7th, Highway 7, that would have worked, but instead I used Google Maps and they took me all over the place. Hopefully it'll turn out here. Looks like I'm going to join up with Highway 12 at some point here, so it looks like it's going to work out. Here's a little bit of the farmland that you see just west of the Twin Cities. We're heading towards the prairie, but right now we're kind of in between. It's all farmland pretty much from here all the way out to the Missouri River. But farms are farther apart as you get further west. So, but this is typical southern Minnesota or western Minnesota farmland. Gives you a pretty good idea. Alright, here we are after lunch, west of Watertown. Still got about 165 miles to go, and about 2 hours and 40 minutes, although it's probably going to take me longer because the wind is just really strong. I'm unable to go much above 55 because it just uses too much gas. But anyway, here you see the contrast with the agriculture out here, a little more open country, and the prairies, farms are far apart, large acreages. Get a good view here from the top of this hill. So it's kind of a contrast from central Minnesota, where you have the more heavy forests. Alright, I'm just approaching Oahe Reservoir, about 10-15 miles out. Again, I see a change in the terrain here. It's pretty flat, not as many trees, and pretty much open. And that's pretty much what you'll see on the east side of the Missouri River. There's a little bit more relief on the west side. Right now I'm about 45 minutes from the park, 39 miles, so getting closer. The wind has been pushing me really hard, and I haven't been able to get out of fourth gear actually a lot of the time because the wind is blowing so hard. It's not blowing me around too much, but it's just pushing against the truck, and I don't get very good mileage. I usually get about 11 plus miles per gallon. I'm down to about 10 because of the wind, and I can't maintain much more than 55 miles an hour. Google did it again, and I got sucked into it. Here we are on a gravel road again. 15 miles on gravel, trying to cut across country. I don't know what Google is thinking. Road's going to be filthy when I get there. I've never seen Google Maps screw up as badly as they are today. But I should know better. And I knew there wasn't supposed to be gravel road getting into this thing. But I don't have a big enough scale, and the lessons learned here is to bring an atlas next time. Don't rely on Google. You cannot trust it. You can't see enough of your map to know if it's taking you down a bad path or not. And that's what's happened 3 or 4 times today. It's tried to get me to turn off on gravel roads. I don't understand that. So pay attention, folks. If you're going to use Google Maps, don't rely on it completely. Make sure you have an atlas with you that you can check your work, and make sure you're not getting sucked into a hole. That's what happened to me today. So instead of being there, and now I'm walking along here at about 35 miles an hour, I don't dare drive any faster. Here are the charts for today's leg 1, day 2, and the first chart's the nav chart, the second is Google Earth. Alright, slowly moving over to my first anchorage. A lot of work this morning. Got up at 6 and got off, I think, finally at about 8:30. It takes quite a while to get the kayak off the roof of the truck, get the boat in the water, get it rigged, motor started, make sure everything worked. So we're off and about halfway across to the anchorage. Absolutely calm today. Clear skies. It's supposed to blow this afternoon again. No problems this morning to speak of. The launch was smooth. There wasn't a person else, another boat on the ramp at all. There's 4 slots. Even if there was room. But it's nice not to have to hassle with people asking a lot of questions. It's very nice this morning, very calm and peaceful to get the boat in the water and get it launched on our way. We're going about 6.1 knots. We've gone 1.7 nautical miles. I think that's about halfway to the anchor. You can see this bluff off to the port. It's kind of behind that where there's an inlet that goes in there. It should be well protected for the wind. It's supposed to come up later. cool air this morning. Beautiful sunny day. Good day to start out. Fortunately, it's where I'm supposed to be a lot of wind, and I may not even be able to move. We'll have to see how that goes. Planning for it. Right now, I'm just trying to get there, shoot for about 10ish, and then I'll have breakfast. I haven't had breakfast yet. Had some coffee and cookies. Did my reading. I usually do some Bible reading and stuff in the morning, so I do that first. Well, I have coffee and cookies. Cart's working. The oil's working. Step sounder's working. Motor's working. Seems like everything's going fine after a winter of storage. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, no cattle that I can see. You'll see a fence up on the hill there though. So maybe they can't come down to the water. See a boat on the water. I did see one launch before me this morning. I think I got up at 6 right after that. 6:15 or so fishing. Older guy by himself. I haven't seen him though in the water. He's the only guy that I saw. Yesterday there was 2 or 3 boats coming in the evening or doing some fishing. Pretty quiet on Monday morning. Had dinner at the restaurant. Had a couple of beers and relaxed. It was okay. I slept pretty good. Woke up middle of the night and got up and hit the head and then I had a hard time getting back to sleep, but eventually I made it, and I didn't get up until first light. So. Well, Anchorage is right around the corner here. Big, broad, open beach there. Fence up on the hilltop, so I guess the cattle cannot approach the water. More rock than I expected. Big rock boulder field there along that shore. So that surprised me a little bit. I knew there wouldn't be any trees along shore, but I wasn't expecting as much big rock. Calm, but there's just a little bit of breeze starting up about 5 miles an hour. Well, I don't know if I can get in here or not. I don't know if you can see the pelicans. There's 6 pelicans over there on the point, and a Canada goose or 2 up on the hill there. But this is pretty narrow, so I don't know if I can get through here or not. We'll see. It's supposed to be a good anchorage, but it looks tight to me. 69 feet here, though. So maybe it goes up steep. So we'll see what we got here. Camera's at a little bit of an angle because it's on the roof, curvature of the roof here. Well, it's going to be a good hidey hole if it works, if I can get through here. Still 50 feet. Wow. And I'm only about 2, 3, or 4 boat lengths from the point here. Yeah, this will be a great hidey hole. 39, 40 feet. Looks like it should work. Yeah, this will protect me from the weather, that's for sure. You can see how close I am, but I've got 18 feet, so that looks good. As long as it holds. 15, 16 feet. So evidently it's pretty steep. Perfect hidey hole, man. Alright, do I tie up or do I anchor? Some shallow areas up in the end there, but you can see right here where I'm at. I got 19 feet, but it's just kind of all mud sides here. I don't know what that's going to be like. 18 feet. It looks shallower up in the end there. Still 24 feet here. Steep sides. Okay, now I got a pretty solid bottom. 23 feet here. 21 feet. Looks like a little place on the right there. Could maybe tie up. 22 feet. I wonder. If I can tie up here. I'm thinking right here on my right, it's 20 feet here. But this would be behind that bluff, and it looks like it's shallow enough there that I could probably get some stuff dug in and hold it there. I'm not sure how muddy this is, but we'll have to see. $17 feet, so it looks like it gets deep. I think that'll be good enough. So I'm going to finish up here. I had to use my walkway, first time it's ever been used. Seems to work just fine. And, whoops, forgot to bring the bow line ashore. I'm going to tie a bow line just for extra security. It's kind of soft soil. I already did these other two, and I'll do one more here in the bottom. Weird stuff. I'm sure that when this rains it's going to turn to muck, so I'll have to decide on what I'm going to wear ashore if it's raining. They crank in pretty good. Leave a little mound though. Alright, let's use that. See what we got. No, it's too big to get through that. Alright, I'll have to use a different line. This is too heavy. So I'll try another one. Off. Got another line in here someplace. This should be what the doctor ordered. I don't know if I want to try to thread that through. Yeah, I could. So I'll make a loop. That way it'll be a little more secure and easier to remove if I need to. Hopefully this will be long enough.
surprised at how good my ramp works. Yep. It works. So I just keep a little power on the motor. Should probably coil up these lines so they don't get muddy if it rains. It's kind of a weird soft soil here. Okay. I think I'm secure from all winds, all weather. Time for breakfast.